The media kept doubting Shedeur until this locker room moment silenced them all.
How is it having Shedeur as QB1?
Man, it's fun. Shedeur, he's a great talent. Also, he's got a good personality. He's fun to be around. Me and him are very attentive to detail in practice.
Nice.
Also, we got personalities. We spend a lot of time outside of the building, so being with him is cool.
What's he like in the locker room? Is he a leader?
Yeah, I think, to be a quarterback one of any team, you have to have that locker room and have a voice. So I think a lot of the guys believe in him, and just having that relationship with each other, I think it means a lot.
Every single analyst, every single radio host, every single media outlet has spent this entire offseason telling you that Shedeur Sanders is not the answer in Cleveland. But today, his own teammate stepped up and said something that just silenced every single one of them. And if you're a Shedeur Sanders supporter, you need to watch every second of this video, because this changes everything.
How is it having Shedeur as QB1?
Man, it's fun. Shedeur, he's a great talent. Also, he's got a good personality. He's fun to be around. Me and him are very attentive to detail in practice.
Nice.
Also, we got personalities. We spend a lot of time outside of the building, so being with him is cool.
What's he like in the locker room? Is he a leader?
Yeah, I think, to be a quarterback one of any team, you have to have that locker room and have a voice. So I think a lot of the guys believe in him, and just having that relationship with each other, I think it means a lot too.
How do you put this one into words?
Oh man, definitely frustrating, but it's things that you learn from as a team. You go back to the drawing board and see how you can be better.
Harold, he made a great play earlier in the game. Do you try to encourage him or uplift him after that fumbled snap? Or do you
Harold's a great player, a tremendous player. He does a lot of great things throughout the game, and he's consistent. So, he has a next play mentality.
Were you guys trying to quick snap on that fourth down play?
The one to Harold?
Yeah, that he fumbled.
Yeah, that was a quick snap play.
How much are you starting to really relish when they call that wildcat formation? You get the ball immediately in your hands to sort of make a play like they did in 2 points.
Yeah, so I didn't know that we was going to go for 2 on that particular one, but once they dialed it up, I seen it down in distance. I'm going to go get it.
Any doubt that you were in?
Nah, no doubt.
Coach Stefanski said Shedeur will start against the tight ends. Just what's your reaction to him getting another start for you?
I don't have a reaction. Like I said, the whole team, we all believe in Shedeur. Coach Stefanski, he's making a great choice at whatever decision he makes, so I support it.
We've seen how Shedeur handled the good when you guys last week with the Raiders, but how did he handle leadership-wise the bad in this one? What did you kind of see from him from a leadership role?
I think he's very poised, a great quarterback, great leader. He handles all his situations the right way, continuing to show the guys around him his leadership, not only by his words, but by his actions. So I'm proud of him and how he handles everything.
Is his energy as infectious as it seems? To us, Shedeur, just in terms of the impact he has on you guys as a whole unit on offense?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of guys like that, just because of, different personalities all throughout our offense. Each guy brings a different energy, and you just embrace it.
Quinshon Judkins speak out to the media about how the impact of Shedeur Sanders being able to stretch the football downfield helps him as far as defenses not loading the box all the time, loading up 7, 8 players in the box. I'm going to play this video clip and let you guys hear it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Peace.
What has Shedeur shown you in these 3 starts that he's had?
I think he's grown a lot, especially so fast in a short amount of time. He's shown leadership. He's done a lot of great things with what he's been given, and I'm excited to see him go out there and continue to grow.
Some of the looks downfield that he's making and connecting with guys on, do you think that could potentially keep going well, open some things up, you're not seeing those later?
Yeah, definitely. I'll say definitely. That definitely helps for sure.
How does the screen game kind of help there too? You guys had the big reception. It seemed like you guys kind of tried to go back to the screen a couple times. So how does that help?
I think it helps a lot, just my coaches being able to, help me get in space, and when those boxes are packed, me still being able to do what I can and produce at a high level anywhere on the field. So I think it helps. It might be the deciding factor.
I'm with you on Quinshon Judkins. We all love Quinshon. He did not have a good year. Statistically.
We had a nice year.
Statistically, yeah, we went round and round about this.
Right. Yeah. It was okay. It was okay. I look at him and I see superstar potential. Not quite Nick Chubb level. Maybe superstar's a little strong, but I see very good potential. Like, I think he could be a Pro Bowl caliber player, a legit Pro Bowl caliber player.
I was going to say, that definition is much looser these days.
You know, there you go.
I can see him being like a top 3 running back in the AFC.
Yeah.
You know, he was not in a good position to succeed because they had no passing game and no offensive line.
But I'm here to give you guys the receipts. I'm here to give you guys legit content. Shedeur Sanders' teammate just spoke out about him, and that's what matters the most, is what your teammates are saying, what the coaches are saying, what Andrew Berry is saying. I've shown you guys that all a few days ago, last week, all throughout the offseason. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what Quinshon Judkins had to say about Shedeur Sanders, and you guys tell me if Shedeur Sanders is the guy.
Let me paint the picture for you real quick. This NFL offseason has been brutal for Shedeur Sanders fans. Every single week, somebody new is throwing out a name. Malik Willis, Mason Jones, some mystery veteran quarterback that the Browns are supposedly chasing. It's been noise after noise after noise. And look, I get it. That's what silly season is. That's what the media does. They throw out names, they create controversy, they manufacture drama because drama drives clicks, drama drives ratings, and drama keeps you coming back. But here's what the media can't manufacture. Here's what no analyst can fake. What a teammate says behind closed doors and then has the confidence to say out loud on a public platform. Because coaches, they protect their jobs. Front office executives, they speak in corporate language. Media, they've got an agenda. But a running back, a guy who lines up next to that quarterback every single day in practice, who catches passes from him, who sits in film sessions with him, who grinds with him before anyone else shows up to the facility, that guy does not put his name behind someone who isn't real. And today, Cleveland Browns star running back Quinshon Judkins put his name directly behind Shedeur Sanders. Let's talk about exactly what he said and why it matters more than anything you've heard this offseason. Quinshon Judkins was asked point blank on the Arena podcast, how is it having Shedeur as QB1? And here's what he said. Listen carefully. Man, it's fun. Shedeur, he's a great talent. He's got a good personality. He's fun to be around. Me and him are very attentive to detail in practice. We got personalities. We spend a lot of time outside of the building, so being with him is cool.
Yeah, I think, to be a quarterback one of any team, you have to have that locker room and have a voice. So I think a lot of the guys believe in him, and just having that relationship with each other, I think it means a lot too.
So you guys just heard Browns star running back Quinshon Judkins just tell us how amazing Shedeur Sanders is. That sounds like a franchise quarterback if you're asking me, in regards to how Quinshon Judkins explained the fun of it as far as Shedeur Sanders now.
Okay, let's unpack that, because people are going to sleep on this quote, and I am not going to let that happen. Attentive to detail in practice. Do you understand what those words mean coming from an NFL player? That's not a compliment they throw around casually. That is the exact phrase that gets used when talking about elite quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, attentive to detail. Joe Burrow, attentive to detail. That is championship DNA language. A young quarterback who is locked in on the details before the season even starts, that's a franchise QB. Period. We spend a lot of time outside of the building. That's chemistry. You can't coach that. You can't buy that. You can't manufacture that in a front office meeting. When a star running back, a guy with his own career to worry about, his own brand, his own future, voluntarily chooses to spend his personal time with his quarterback, that means something real is being built in Cleveland. But then, Quinshon Judkins said the 4 words that should be the headline everywhere right now. He was asked, is he a leader? And Judkins said, yeah, a lot of the guys believe in him. A lot of the guys believe in him. That's not PR talk. That's not a scripted answer. That's a young running back telling the world, without hesitation, that his quarterback has the locker room. And in the NFL, the locker room is everything. Now let me connect the dots for you, because this Judkins quote doesn't exist in a vacuum. This is part of a much bigger story that's been building all offseason. Andrew Berry, Cleveland Browns general manager, has made it crystal clear that this organization is prioritizing youth development. He said it when discussing the head coach search. He said it when talking about roster philosophy. He said it when outlining the direction of this franchise going into 2026 and beyond. That language, developing young players, building around youth, finding a coach who can cultivate talent, that language does not point toward bringing back Deshaun Watson. I don't care what noise you're hearing from certain media outlets. The receipts tell a different story. The receipts say Cleveland is building young. And the centerpiece of that young core, the guy the coaching staff has already invested in, the guy who now officially has the support of his teammates, Shedeur Sanders. Think about what Cleveland actually has right now. They have Quinshon Judkins, one of the most explosive young running backs in the entire NFL, who is bought in. They have a young receiver group that is hungry. They have a front office committed to development. And now they have a quarterback who, according to the people who actually know, has already earned the locker room's trust. You build franchises like this, not overnight, not by chasing veterans. You build them brick by brick with young talent who believes in each other. And that foundation, it's already being laid in Cleveland.
Less about what the 92.3, the fan channel say, Mary Kay, anybody else, and now Mary Kay did speak out good recently about Shedeur Sanders. I don't know, somebody reached out to her and got her to start speaking right, but here on this channel, man, we're going to speak positive, and I'm going to continue to give you guys the receipts. You guys can get down in the comments and let me know your thoughts. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notification bell. That way, every time I upload a new video covering Shedeur Sanders, you guys will see it.
Now, I have to address something directly, because some of you are still listening to the noise. You're still letting 92.3 The Fan and certain national analysts plant seeds of doubt in your head. And I understand it. When the same narrative gets repeated enough times, it starts to feel like the truth. But let me ask you something. Who has actually been in that building with Shedeur Sanders? Who has actually run routes with him? Who has actually watched him command a huddle, watched him stay late to study film, watched him earn the respect of grown men who have nothing to gain by lying? Quinshon Judkins has. Not the analysts, not the radio hosts, not the clickbait YouTube channels throwing out Malik Willis's name every other week. The guy who is there, the guy who has everything to lose if his quarterback is a fraud, that guy just looked into a camera and said Shedeur Sanders is their leader. Media narratives are built on speculation. Quinshon Judkins spoke from experience. I'll take experience every single time. But here's what I really want you to think about for a second. Shedeur Sanders has heard it his entire life. You're only here because of your dad. Dion carried you. You can't do it without him. He heard it in high school. He heard it at Jackson State. He heard it at Colorado. He heard it at the NFL draft, when he was sitting there watching his name get called later than anyone expected, and people were smiling about it. He sat through all of that, and he didn't break. He showed up to Cleveland, he got to work. No excuses, no complaining, no drama. And now, before the 2026 season is even kicked off, his teammates are already going on record to say they believe in him. That's not luck, that's not nepotism, that's a young man earning it. Cleveland fans have waited a long time for a reason to believe. They've been through the heartbreak, they've been through the false dawns and the broken promises and the quarterbacks who weren't the answer. But this time feels different. And it feels different because the people inside that building, the people who know the truth, are saying so. Quinshon Judkins didn't have to say any of that. Nobody forced him, nobody scripted it. He just told the truth. And the truth is, Shedeur Sanders has the talent, the work ethic, the personality, and the locker room. That sounds like a franchise quarterback to me. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Do you believe Shedeur Sanders is the guy for Cleveland in 2026? Let me know. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications, because every time there's a Shedeur Sanders update, you're going to hear it here first. Until next time, peace.